wanted to verify the right movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That
Okay.
is correct. Yep. So, um, hang on, let me share the screen here. All right. Okay, so Erica, and that was on my list to talk about. That was your homework. Did you watch it, Lisa, the Prestige movie?
No fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, when you let's see here. There we go. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah.
Images.
Pulled it up and I was like, is this the right movie?
Yes.
And I saw the trailer and then I said, well, before I look at this, I'm going to ask Sean, is this the right movie?
Yes. Is it?
Okay.
Yes. That's the movie, and it is like I said. You know how when you watch a movie, you never forget it. Like The Color Purple. I've been talking to all kinds of people.
Right.
Color
Mm-hmm.
Purple. A lot of people remember The Color Purple, the first one. They all remember the first one because it was a good movie.
Right.
And this is one of those rare finds. And when you watch it, like I said, when I watched it, I had to watch it twice because I didn't get it. It took me two times to get it. And the only reason why I heard about the movie is because the Forex trainer, we paid all this money for all these classes, and I ain't learned much. But the one thing I did learn was that rich people lie all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, all the time. That's how they get rich. Like,
Mm-hmm.
remember, the guy that's on trial, Sam Bakeman Fried, the crazy guy that made all this money in the forex market, he just made billions and millions off with the forex, not forex, crypto, cryptocurrency. He made all his money lying.
Right.
Bernie Madoff, billions and millions of dollars lying,
Lying. He did. That's true. I watched this story.
lying. That's what they do. And the movie, basically, what it does is it explains to you why they lie, how they lie, and
Mhm.
what you need to do so you don't get caught in that mess.
Okay. Okay.
That's what it does.
Okay.
What you need to do so you don't get caught in that mess. And it's what makes it so great because it's entertaining. This is entertaining. It's entertaining. And it's so entertaining. And it gives you a different mindset. Now, what I do when I talk to people is I try to wake them up. That's what I do. Day one, I'm trying to shake them and say, all right, you better kind of change this because you're going down the wrong way. You're going the wrong route. So you need to change your mindset. So the movie does a great job of kind of waking you up to the truth.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, you might want to check that out. It'll be a nice movie to watch. And
Yeah.
it's and the key is you know how sometimes you watch a movie and you're doing something else, you might be cleaning up, you might be cooking.
Yeah.
You got
This one you're gonna have to pay attention to.
you have to
I
watch.
saw that during the trailer. You're gonna have to really pay attention to get all the facets of the movie.
Yes. You have to sit and watch every detail. I mean, the second time I was rewinding. I was like, what just happened? I had to rewind it multiple times. Like, wait. What happened? What happened? What happened there? Who? What? What happened? You just rewinding it multiple times to figure out what happened. And then you say, oh man. And then you don't understand. They don't even tell the truth until the end of the movie. And then at the end of the movie, you still confused. Like, what? Well, hey, that's a good movie. My suggestion is watch it. Really, you can watch it at the beginning of the year. The rest of the year, you're gonna make a boatload of money because you can be like, nah, I know y'all lying. I know y'all lying. You can kind of sniff a lie. Like, y'all lying. I know you lying, but guess what? Since I know you lying, we're gonna make money together.
Right.
Okay, let me prove it to you.
I took a snapshot of it because I said, I'm sorry to cut you off, Sean, because I wanted the recordings, but I didn't get them.
Well, I'm working on. I gotta put them because the recordings are so long. They take up a lot of space. They about an hour plus long.
Uh-oh,
So
hold on.
give me about a week, and I'll put them online, and I'll send y'all the link to watch them online. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So The Prestige. Watch it. Like I said, the rest of the year, when you start hearing in the news about certain things, you can kind of sniff out a lie. You can say, "Oh yeah, I know y'all lying because I watched the movie. I know y'all playing that game." Hey, okay, all right. So let me prove to you this lie. Hey, Betty. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, my cousin.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Okay, so real quick, I was telling everybody there's a movie that I was telling everybody to watch called The Prestige, and it's on Amazon because that's where I watched it a couple years ago. It's on Amazon, and what the movie does is it explains to you about how rich people lie. That's what they do. Most of them lie. They lie about how much money they make, what they doing, and all other stuff. So it's a very good movie. And what I try to do day one when I talk to people is get people to understand the system, the financial system that we live in. It's good and bad, but you just need to understand how it works. And once you understand how it works, you'll do better financially. So that movie is a good wake up call for you to understand what goes on. And the reason why I want you to watch it like this month, for the rest of the year, you're going to start watching the news. You're going to start watching rich people get rich because that's what they do. But you got to understand how it works. Once you understand how it works, they can't play you no more. Okay. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I paid thousands of dollars for Forex trading. Forex is where you can trade money all over the world. And the main trainer, he has to take a lot of this stuff he literally kind of tells you the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And I like him because he just tell you the truth. And his name is, the training course is called the Market Maker. The Market Maker. And like I said, I paid thousands of dollars, but one of the things that he said do was watch this movie, and it kind of wakes you up to the truth of finances and how rich people stay rich. So, and how they trick us, the average Joe, how they trick us into all the nonsense that goes on. So, you might want to watch it this month. That way, the rest of the year, you'll get a better understanding of what's going on in the world. Okay, so this is the proof. So, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about stocks. And as you can see, today, the stock market is down. Okay, so when you see all these red numbers, okay, it's down. And then when it's green, it's up. Now, obviously, let's see if y'all learn anything. First question, why do you believe the market is down today? What is today?
Today is the 3rd. It's the beginning of the year.
It's the beginning of the year. So last month, I made a boatload of money in the stock market. It was ridiculous. Oh, Lord Jesus. I was singing songs. This Christmas.
Right, you were.
Oh, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be all right. Okay, all right. So it was good, very good. So bottom line, when we're talking about the stock market, I call it a game. They play this game all the time. So and the reason why I'm doing this with y'all, so y'all can get familiar with the language and what goes on. So when y'all start doing it yourself, you can say, yeah, I remember Sean was telling me that. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is look at the calendar. Okay. So if you're taking notes, the first thing you can do is, we always recommend if you want to find out what's going on in the market, you can always go to, this is the easy way. The website is CNBC. You go to CNBC News or CNBC, the main website, what they do, and you can go, if you got cable, you can just kind of go to CNBC on the cable networks, and they just talk about the market. But bottom line, what you do when you go to CNBC main website, they kind of give you what's going on in the market, and you'll see a bunch of boxes, and they'll be green and red. it comes up. Let's see, where is it at? Here we go. Here we go. You see all this?
Mm-hmm.
The S&P 500, that stands for Standard & Poor's 500. That's the 500 major companies in America. What's going on today, just for time's sake, is bad. It's down 31.34. The change is 0.66%. When you got the NASDAQ, that's a bunch of companies in America. It's down a little bit. Dow Jones Industrial Average, that's what that stands for. It's down a little bit. FTSE, I can't remember what that is. The bottom line, there's a whole bunch of different Shanghai, that's China. There's a whole bunch of major markets right now is down. Okay, now, when you see something that's down, it's just like, just to make this simple, when somebody lowers a price, what is that called?
When they lower the price,
When they lower the price,
buy
Yeah.
time.
what's that?
Buy time. It's time to buy when it's low.
Correct. That's a sale. So that's what that means. So that means today, the market is on sale. Okay, now, how much of a sale? Well, yesterday, to give you an example, Walmart is getting rid of all that Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Day after Christmas, I went to Walmart and spent $100. It was 50% off. Well, I went there yesterday, and it was 75% off. Okay. So I should have waited until yesterday. That's how it goes. That's how this game is played. I should have waited until yesterday and got it. But hey, I ain't want to wait. But hey, either way, it still was on sale. So that's the same way it is with the stock market. Okay. So either you get in when it's having a small sale, or you get in when they have a big sale. It's your money. You get in whenever you want to get in.
Right.
Okay. That's how that goes. There's no right or wrong answer. You get in whenever you want to get in. All right. So that's the first thing you need to do. You want to go learn and find out what's going on in the market. Just go to CNBC. They tell you what's going on in the market. Now, the next thing is, because I do Forex trading, trade money all over America, all over the world. So what they do here on this website is called forexfactory.com. They tell you what's the news all over the world, all the major financial news. They just kind of give you a heads up what's happening on each day. So I call this a cheat sheet. So as you can see, today is January 3rd. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the holiday season is over with. Today is the first day, kind of like everybody kind of got to go back to work. So they're a little pissed. Man, we wanted to stay off of work a little longer. Now you need to bring your butt to work. Get in here. Okay. Get in here. Not only that, y'all working from home. Y'all need to come in this building because I'm paying all this rent for this place for y'all to work at. It's time for y'all to come back to work physically. Right. Come on back. That's what they telling everybody. All right. So now here is if you're taking notes, here's I call it the main bullet points of what's going on financially. Number one, everybody and their mama got a pay raise. Everybody got a pay raise.
They did.
Everybody. Then when they went on strike, all those strikes, everybody went on strike. The actors went on strike. The car companies went on strike. And they said, we want more money.
Mm-hmm.
And the car companies and everybody like, we really don't want to give it to you, but I guess we got to, because if we don't, we can't make no money. So January is the first month everybody got their pay raises. So guess what happens if people get more money?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happens if people get more money? Take a guess.
So what's the question? The people did what with the money?
Guess what happens when people get more money?
They spend more money.
There you go. There you go. So they get their first paycheck, because I already talked to them. I talked to 3 people yesterday. I don't get paid till next week. But I got you. Okay? Okay. Look, my wife get her disability check. She got a pay raise.
Yeah.
Everybody got disability? They got a pay raise.
Yeah.
Everybody got Social Security? They got a pay raise.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, this ain't rocket science. This ain't. So over the next month, you're gonna spend more money. So if you are investing in the stock market now, over the next month, everybody gonna say, and now remember the way this works is they're not gonna tell the story till next month. So all the stocks are gonna be on sale this month, and they getting ready for the party next month. So next month, all the stocks. So if you buy stocks now, today, it's gonna drop. It's gonna do this little up and down thing over the next couple weeks, fine, whatever. But anybody that buys stocks over the next 30 days gonna make a boatload of money. That's what I did last month. Okay, I want some. I want some money. I want some. I'm like, wait. Now, here's what's going on today. This is why the stock market is down. Now you see here the yellow folders mean it ain't that big of a deal. The orange folder mean you might want to pay some attention. The red one is top priority. Okay. Now we already passed the 10 o'clock. It's 10:30 y'all time. All right. See that? Now, what has happened? The numbers pretty much look the same. And I see this red number here, but bottom line, that wasn't a big of a deal. So really, what they really waiting on, if you give me a second, I can tell you what they really waiting on. The big news is right here. 2 o'clock. Okay? 2 o'clock is when the real party starts. And what happens at 2 o'clock? FOMC, that stands for Fed something Monetary Center minutes, meeting minutes. So what is that? Basically, remember, if y'all was paying attention to the news last month, the Fed came out. That's how I made my money. And it's a bunch of lies, but I'm like, y'all gonna lie, I'm gonna lie right with y'all. Make some money. That's basically what happened. Y'all gonna lie, I'm gonna lie right with y'all. So last month, the Fed came out and said, hey, you know what, we're gonna pause. Remember? They said we're gonna pause on interest rates.
I remember that. So
what did that mean? They said, look, we ain't gonna jack up the interest rates no more for a minute. Everything's good. You know they lying. Everything's good. Now, let's explain the lie. Let's explain the lie. They said everything is good. Now, is that the truth?
No.
Okay, so tell me why that ain't the truth, because that's what they say. Why that ain't the truth?
That's not the truth because they lie, for one. But for two, it's because the things are being bought, the houses are not being sold. I mean, it can't be the truth.
Okay, so let me prove it to you. Let me share some experiences. Okay. All right. So first thing, I got 3 realtors because y'all know I gotta move. My lease is up. Landlord already tells me they're gonna jack up the rent. I gotta play that game for a while, but okay, fine. But I'm not house shopping. I'm really house shopping. I talked to 3 realtors last 3 days, and I said, look, y'all need to find me a place to stay. That's what I told them, and get this done next 3 months. And when I actually went to try to go look at a house, within 3 days, they said, well, Mr. Lattimore, they already got a contract. What you mean they already got a I just looked at the house 3 days ago. What you mean they already got a contract? Well, Mr. Lattimore, these houses are kind of going pretty fast. Okay. That's what they told me. The good houses are going pretty fast. So basically, the house market is still moving. Now, I will say this. This is the lie number 1. When I start looking at these houses on Zillow, because that's the ones I'm looking at, Zillow, a lot of them are now showing a lot more foreclosures. Now, if the market was doing so good, why is there a whole lot of foreclosures? Now, let me explain to you why there's more foreclosures. Well, remember we came out of COVID. And part of the rules of COVID was they could not foreclose on anybody until after that thing was done. They had like a moratorium. The president signed this bill. So they could not foreclose on anybody until I think October. Well, they've been doing it now. And it's going to be a whole boatload of foreclosures coming. They coming. And trust me, I already talked to people that already got foreclosed on. They was like, man, you know what? Yeah, I ain't paid my mortgage in like 5 years. What? You ain't paid your mortgage in how long? I ain't paid it in 3-4 years, man. Okay, well, what did you do with the money? I spent it. Okay, great. All right, great. That's what's going on. So you got a bunch of people that's getting foreclosed on now, and because there was so many retired military vets, and you can just Google this stuff. Just Google it. Because there was so many retired military folks that was behind on their mortgage, they couldn't foreclose on all of them because they vet, which I ain't mad at them. I'm like, look, they don't need to get foreclosed on. They served our country. But they said it's almost 200,000 people that are retired military vets. They ain't paid their mortgage and they behind, and they supposed to got foreclosed on, but they're not going to do that until November because they need their votes. But hey, the feds say everything.
It's all okay.
Everything is fine. We good. Everything's fine. All right, we're gonna lie. Let's just we just make some money with the lie. That's the first lie. Second lie, okay. Then remember, since all those people strike and they said we need more money, what companies do to make up the difference is they said we gotta cut costs. Because y'all want a $5 to $10 pay raise, and in California, they passed a law. If you work at McDonald's, you gotta make $25 an hour.
Wow.
If you work at McDonald's or Pizza Hut, and you're a delivery driver for Pizza Hut, you gotta make $25 an hour. So guess what? McDonald's and Pizza Hut did. They said, look, ain't no way in the world we can do that. So we're gonna cut half the staff. You know what? We gotta cut half the staff. So now, and trust me, I ate at McDonald's when I came to Atlanta in Jacksonville. There's one person at the counter. And you gotta wait, or you go to that stupid screen right there at the front, and you have to take your own order, check your own self in, check your own self out.
Yeah.
You go. There you go.
Wow.
So that's what's going on. So now you're going to hear they already started. They just trying to be nice about it. They already started the layoff. They already started. Oh, you know what? We cutting costs. We laying off folks. All the major companies now, because they gave all those pay raises,
Right.
they laying off folks. Oh, we don't need you. Get out of here. Look, Amazon is one of the biggest companies in America, besides Walmart. They're gonna be laying off. They already started. And what they do, remember, is threes. They do everything in threes. So they kind of first they tell you, then they do it, and they see how y'all act. All right, you know what? Can we get the person that's still working to do the other person's job? Let's see how they do that first. And then we ain't gonna get no overtime. We might give them a little overtime, but bottom line, it's still saving us money. And if you can do that for at least 3 months, then all right, fine. We're gonna keep you, or we're gonna let you go and bring somebody else in cheap. There you go. That's what they do. Now, the stock market is gonna be excited because all they hear is we making money. That's all they hear. And not only that, the Fed said, hey, you know what? We pausing on interest rates. Matter of fact, what we're gonna do is lower them. We're gonna lower the interest rate so y'all can spend some more money.
Right.
And we're gonna hype up the housing market because y'all ain't buying houses fast enough. Didn't I just tell you? The realtors I talked to, they said, Mr. Lattimore, I know you want to look at this house, but guess what? Somebody already bought it. Somebody already got a contract on it, so you can't look at it. So go look for another one. Half the houses I looked at over the last 30 days already under contract.
Wow.
Oh Lord! And then when they really lower the interest rates, oh man, it's gonna be all this hype. Oh, they lowered the interest rate, man. I can't wait to refinance. Trust me, I had this conversation yesterday with my barber in Atlanta. He called me, hey, I'm about to refinance and I need a HELOC. What? I need a HELOC. A HELOC is a home equity line of credit. I need to borrow some more money. That's the conversation we had yesterday. Yeah. Now, on top of that, didn't they just say, now I'm just going over the main points of all the bad news where they lie and everything good. Didn't they just say we got a record credit card debt?
Yeah.
What is it, $1 trillion or $2 trillion?
Something like that.
Record credit card debt. So how in the world could everything be great? When you got people getting laid off, record credit card debt, and you know a lot of people going to default. I already know people that told me they was going to default. They're like, look, I can't pay this no. I can't pay this no more. I can't. Default rate gonna be high, and we didn't get to the student loan stuff. They said half the people that started paying their student loans behind.
That's what they said. I heard.
But hey, look, we doing great. Everything is fine. Look, okay. So I just want you to understand the lie, and that's what the movie does. It helps you understand the lie. So then now, all that means is once you understand how they lie and what's gonna happen, that way when you make decisions, you like, look, I know, I got y'all. I know where y'all at. We good. We good. I know exactly what to do. So now, since I shared that with you, I explained the story because it's coming. And what's gonna happen is really, if you want to make money in the stock market over the next 3 months, is the best time to make money in the stock market because all they're gonna do is lie. Now, when the real facts come out in March, we got January, February, March, April, when the real, because they do everything on a quarterly basis.
Mm-hmm.
So last quarter, which was October, November, December, those were great months. They're going to share all of that stuff over the next 30, 60 days because they have to report their earnings every 30, 60 days, 90 days, every quarter. So over the next 2 or 3 months, everything's going to be good. But when January, February, March come out, that won't hit till April. Oh man, it's gonna be a mess. When the truth come out, it's gonna be a mess. But for right now, the next 3 months, we're gonna make some money. Okay. So why are we talking about that? So y'all know how I am. So let me prove it to you. So, Erica, you still
Yes.
got GameStop?
I still have GameStop. Yes.
Okay, great. Now let's look at it where it was at today. Let's see. GameStop. This is one of the stocks that me and Erica bought. Some other people I know bought. You see it's $16.14. And since it's down today, it's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where I work, I'm sorry because I lost a lot of money in the stock market 2 years ago. And I'm not excited. I'm not no rush to lose any money right now. Because I know what they're doing. I know the game they playing. I got a lot more wise over the last 2 years. I took like a 2-year hiatus, so to speak. So last week, because I knew what they was going to do. I know the game. I'm like, look, I know what y'all gonna do. So what I did last week, I cashed out. I said, look, you know what? I'm gonna make some money, but right now, I want my money. That's what I want. Give me my money. Because y'all took enough from me. What I did last week was I did have GameStop last year. Here we go. Here we go. See this? So when I tell you I made money, this is it. This is my account. You see here, GameStop. The original cost I bought that last month. Here we go. I gotta break it down. Here we go. November. Remember I told you the last 3 months is excellent. They're gonna tell all those lies. Okay, great. They're gonna keep lying to you. GameStop, I bought it at $7.43 and I sold it at $8.14. Look at that. I made $70 last month. GameStop. Mm-hmm. So that's almost 10%, because 10% of $740 is $70. Mm-hmm.
But then you pay 15%, right?
Not 15%, but I'm just estimating. So 7% of that would have been like $74. 10% would be about $74. So if I would have made $74. So I made almost 10% off that investment. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's all because I understood the game. So I invested over the I started in November. If you look at the dates, I started in November buying this stock, late November, really. And really, to be honest with you, mostly December. I bought that stock the last day of November. And then I sold it December 27th. All of it. And I made $70. Why? Because I understood the lie.
All of it.
Yeah, I want my money.
Right.
Now, guess what I'm going to do? When they have a real bad day, I'm going to buy some more.
Right.
Mhm. We have a real bad day or stuff is on sale. Here we go. I'll just buy some more. All right, lost my page. There we go. There we go. Now today is a bad day, but it ain't bad enough. Now, what everybody's waiting on is 2 o'clock. Remember the game?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting on 2 o'clock when the Fed man. Now, I mean, come on, man. This ain't rocket science. What do you think he gonna say? If the Fed minutes, what that is he has to write up what he believes the market's gonna do over the next 3 or 4 months. What do you think he gonna say? Just take a guess. What do you think he gonna say?
He gonna say it's gonna go down.
No, he gonna lie and say everything's good. That's what he's gonna say. Oh man, you know what? We gonna lower interest rates, everything. You know we're gonna make so much money. He gonna lie.
Right.
And guess what? It's out there. If you want to make some money today, matter of fact, while we're on the call, I'm going to put my buy order in. All these stocks that's low. Now, trust me, at 2 o'clock, like I said, now if he say something bad, it's gonna go down, which is actually good because now he's at discount more prices. So now with you, I wish he would say something bad, but chances of him saying something bad is real low.
Right.
He'll lie and say everything good, and all these stocks gonna go green. So,
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna play this game. Let's play the game. Hey, look, look. You want to get some money away? You give me some. So we're gonna play this game. So here's my other trading account. It's with E-Trade. And as you can see, the market is down, which is fine. And I got what $100 to play with. I got $100 to play with. So now I done made a bunch of money off of ME. That's my little go-to stock. ME is at 86. Oh man, it's on super sale today. Oh man, that's great. Oh Lord Jesus, thank you Jesus. It's on sale.
6 cents.
Yeah, it's on sale. Now, what I always do before I buy a stock, this is my strategy. Before I buy a stock, what you're looking for is the history, okay? And the guy that taught me Forex, the one thing he taught me was you always want to look at the history, okay? If you're doing Forex trading, you want to look at the history of the trade. Is it on an uptrend or downtrend? But bottom line, all I'm looking for is the day high and the day low. That's what sets when you're doing Forex trading, that's what sets the motors going up or down. You see it open at 90 cents and then fell. The day high was 93 cents and the day low was 86 cents. So basically, if I was going to put in an order, chances are the lowest it might go to is 86 cents. So normally, if I'm going to put an order in, I'm trying to get it as low as possible because I want it on sale. So I would put in an order close to this. So if I really wanted to buy it like as soon as possible, it would be 86 cents. But if I want to wait until something else happens or go down a little bit more, because the day is almost halfway over with. When you get close to 12 or 1 o'clock, not much changes in the stock market. Kind of like people know they got to get off work. You know how you work in a job and you know you clock out at 3 o'clock and you know there's only a certain amount of work you're trying to do when you get closer to 3 o'clock. It's the same way in the stock market, unless something big is happening like the Forex market. This calendar here is telling us something big will happen at 2. But bottom line, once that happens at 2, between 2:30, the party's over. So it's only 30 minutes of excitement of anything. But bottom line for right now, what I'm gonna do is just put in an order to buy ME stock. So you do a little search. You see that I already bought it before in the past. And look at that. It's a 87 cents. It already went up. You playing around, it already went up. But hey, no big deal. Because it's gonna go up and down. I'm gonna put in a buy order. Okay. I'm gonna buy 100 shares because I got $100 to play with. It's about $1 a share. All right. And then I'm gonna put in it's called a limit order, which means don't buy it until they get to this price. So I'm gonna put a limit order for 85 cents. Because the low was 86. So I'm just trying to get it at a good sale. And it's good for today. So it's gonna cost me $85. Preview the order. And then put the order in. So now what am I hoping for? I'm hoping we get enough bad news or something happen to where it drops back down. There you go. Look at that. so you get enough bad news, something happens to where it gets to 85 cents, and I'll be excited. And if it drops down to 85 cents, and then the Fed at 2 o'clock, we're gonna play this game. I'm play right with y'all. At 2 o'clock, when the Fed says whatever he says, he tells those lies and everything's good. I'm hoping it go from, we'll go back to this, I'm hoping it go from 85, it's getting close, back to where it was at the day open. What was the day high? 90 cents. Oh, really, the day high was 93. So if I bought it at 85, let's play the money game. If I bought it at 85 cents, 93 minus 85, that's a difference of 8 cents a share times 100 shares, which means I'll make what?
$8.
$8. Oh Lord. And one day. That's why I say this movie. Oh Lord, The Prestige. Yeah. Y'all lying? Okay. I want to make some money too. Mm-hmm. That's what we hoping for. That's how this game is played. That's how I made, look at this, $70 off of GameStop. Okay. I know the game. I know what y'all doing. I want to play right with you. Okay. All right. Make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
I'm getting close. Come on, 85. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right. So you talk about stocks. All right. Now, if you are in my, before I go too far, any questions on it? Any questions on anything? Because I want y'all to get it. Because, you know, if I'm making money, I want y'all to make some money too.
Right.
Now, that's just one stock. There's a bunch of other stocks out there you can buy. That's just the ones I've been playing with for the last 30 seconds. Okay. And then on my list here, some other ones. That one, Clean Spark. Oh, look at that. It's $10. I remember that used to be $4, and then Applied Digital, that's down to this one. Oh, look at SoFi. SoFi was $10 last week.
Yeah, it was.
Man. Oh, Lord Jesus, if I had some money. Oh, Lord. That's a super sale right there. Mm-hmm. Even GameStop on sale. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there you go. All right. So if you are in my econ, okay. Some of y'all are, some of y'all ain't. Don't matter. Bottom line, just want you to be smart with your money. Let's see here. Go back. What you should be doing, or should have done, or should be doing, either way, gotta get it done. You should be plugging in your finances. And we're going to talk about the easy one, which is the cash flow manager. Now, the year is over. Last year is over. Now we're in a whole nother year. So, ain't no more excuses. Because when I talk to some of y'all, and I talk to some other folks, and they be like, what had happened was, like, okay, great. You know. But let's start the year off good, and let's get it right. That's all. This is day 3. Day 3, day 2, whatever it is, day 3 of the year. Let's not carry that over to this year. So bottom line, you should be plugging in your expenses for your business. You're going to do business. So as you can see, I already got one expense. But bottom line, if we go back to last year, which went by pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Quite quick. All right. So as you can see, my expenses for last month, it's pretty much the whole month. Last month, I spent total of $4,900. That's what I spent in my business last year. Okay. So now I made my last business trip, which was last week. And here's some of the pictures of the trip so y'all can see them. All right. So I took my trip. I left my house Friday afternoon. There we go. I left my house Friday afternoon, came back Sunday late Sunday night. So as you can see, Clarissa's not on the call, but she did send me a text and told me she was busy doing something. But bottom line, I went to Atlanta to see Clarissa. If y'all on the calls, I normally see her face. She normally talks. So she said hello. I went to see her Saturday when I was in Atlanta. Okay.
Mm.
So when you are in business, that means when you do business trips or go see family for the holidays, like I did, you get right off the trip. So I took a picture when I went to QT. Now, it was a weird trip to QT. When I went inside, this girl had on a sweater. Yes, a sweater. And that was it. I'm like, if you was my daughter, you ain't going outside with that.
Mm-mm.
That's all she had on was a sweater. And I mean, you can see everything. I'm like, Lord have mercy. And you must don't have a father. But yeah, that was the trip I had at Quick Trip. That's all she had on was a sweater. And I could tell she came from the club because her girlfriend was yelling. They were talking it up and everything. And it was 4 in the morning because I left Atlanta 4 in the morning. I had to get, you see that cup of coffee. You know how much money they charge me for that cup of coffee? Oh, Lord. And the hotel, this what makes it so bad. The hotel I was staying at, I'll send you a picture. I'll show you a picture of it. The hotel I was staying at, they said, well, we don't give out coffee here. I said, can I get a hot cup of coffee? No, you got a machine in your room, which who knows the last time they cleaned that. I'm not drinking coffee out of that thing.
Mm-mm.
I had to go to the QT down the street, and that cup of coffee cost me $2.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. That's Atlanta. Now, I got up at 4 o'clock, and you see the little frost in the car. You see how cold it was. Mm-hmm. That's in the parking lot at 4 in the morning. And then you see, I was out there putting out signs. And this is, any y'all that live in Atlanta, this is called the Conyers area. So this guy, his sign up, hundreds of HD channels playing starting at $14.95 a month. Or that's his phone number there. I said, well, shoot, you gonna put your sign there? I'm gonna put mine right there with you. Shoot, you put it there for a reason. I put mine there. And if you can zoom in, let's see here. Oh Lord, let me go back. Go back too far. Zoom in. You see right there, I said, look, you gonna put your sign right there? I'm gonna put mine right there with you. Look, we're gonna make this money together. Ain't that how it works? We're gonna make this money together. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, we're gonna get rich together. You zoom in, let me see if I can look at it. There you go, look at that. Oh, look at it. High def on that bad boy there. Look at that. I put my sign right there. Oh Lord, there you go. So we're gonna make money together this week. And then you see the price is $2.99. Yeah, it's $2 in Georgia. That's Old Salem Road in Connie. Okay. Major intersection. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go back. Mm-hmm. Next pic. All right, here we go. That's Covington. That's where I used to live at. And right across the street from there is a QT. And this, you see, I had my car trunk open because I was putting out signs early. I don't do early in the morning. You got to worry about nobody robbing. People won't rob you that early. It ain't that bad. See, that's my car. And I put up 3 signs in that whole little strip. Mm-hmm. So while I was in Atlanta and I didn't have time to do them in Jacksonville, but while I was in Atlanta, I put out almost 80 signs. 80 signs, 4 in the morning. That's Douglasville. I used to live in Douglasville. I said, well, look, y'all gonna put y'all signs right there? I'm gonna put mine right there too. And make some money right with you. Because y'all know the area a lot better than me. Now, I've been going for years about Martin. Y'all putting up signs there. Must be a good spot to put some out. As you can see, look at that. Downtown Atlanta, 4 in the morning. Look at that. Ain't nobody on the streets. 7585, World Congress Center. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. That's the whole family. Now, while I was there, since I had to go to Atlanta, I was like, well, I might as well make this a business trip and make it a little family reunion. So that's a picture of me. And that's baby girl, Simone. And she works at Gwinnett County. She does the animals for the county. And I looked at the finger. I said, baby girl, what happened to your finger? The dog bit me. I mean, he bit her hard. But I'm like, great. So she actually worked for Gwinnett County Animal Shelter. And then that's Lonnie's wife. That's Lonnie. That's Wendy's son, first son. And those are the grandkids. That's Levi. And that's LJ, which is Lonnie Jr. Okay. So while I was there, his birthday was on the 29th.
Yes.
Yeah, his birthday was on the 29th. But while I was in town putting out signs, I was like, well, shoot, I was well go hang out with y'all too. So I hung out with them Saturday night, and we celebrated his birthday. And he had chicken fingers and French fries, and Levi had the same thing. And we were sitting there at Longhorn, and then that's Wendy's place. Wendy's in Jacksonville, Florida. As soon as I got to Jacksonville, I went to the hotel room, and I said, "Well, hey, I'm Wendy's husband. Where's my wife at? Can I get a key to the room?" And they said, "No, because we don't know who you are." Well, I'm the person that pays for this room. Well, we don't know that. So Wendy went to the gym. Wendy was at the gym when I got to Jacksonville. So
Okay.
that's the Christmas tree that was in the lobby. So I sat in the lobby for a minute. And then, I had to go to McDonald's. So I went to McDonald's. That's what I did. But going back to Georgia, these pictures are just here. They're not in order. But bottom line, back to Georgia. That's the hotel I stayed at. They said they ain't had no hot coffee. For some reason, they ain't had no hot coffee for me. So I had to go to Quick Trip. And then while I was in Georgia, since I do taxes, I had to look at the competition. So this is the competition. Jackson Hewitt. Look at that. Need ho don't. So what they do, Jackson Hewitt and a lot of these tax places, because they know you so broke, they give you a loan or your refund. That's what they do. They know you're gonna get a refund. They know you ain't got no money. And then the fine print, they tell you how much they're gonna let you borrow. You can only borrow up to $1,000. And then bottom line is based off your credit. If your credit's bad, you get less money. If your credit is good, you get more money. It's still a loan. But bottom line, when they loan you this money, you have to promise to come to them to file your taxes. You use your last paycheck because they already have an idea of what your refund gonna be like. Okay. And that's a picture of their office. They setting up. They getting ready for tax season. And they know the average person broke. They ain't got no money. The average person need their refund money. And they waiting on you to come on down so you can file, and they're gonna charge you between $2 on the low end to $1,000 to do your tax. Okay, that's what they do. Now we go to Jacksonville. That's a picture of me going to Jacksonville. Going back to the grandson. That was my birthday gift to him. I gave him $30 in cash. I gave him a birthday card. That's him and Levi. That was at Longhorn, and that's the meal I had. I had a hamburger and fries. Now, the way this work is, since I'm in business, when I eat with family members or friends, guess what they're asking me? Hey, what you in town for? What am I in town for? To do business. I came up here to put out signs. I showed you the pictures of the signs. Put out to the tune of 80 of them in Conyers, Covington, and Douglasville, and Lithonia. But while I'm here, I'm going to celebrate my grandson's birthday party and have a business meal with him. And then I'm going to talk about y'all when I have my conference call on Wednesday. That's why I took these pictures. Now, when you run a business, you write off the meal and you write off gas. I took a picture of the gas that I put in the car, $41.70, 15 gallons in. That's about half a tank. To fill up my car is almost $100. And that was at QT. Remember, I went to QT for the coffee. There's another QT picture. It was $51. So I filled up twice while I was in Atlanta or Georgia. And that's me sitting there in Lonnie house, my stepson house, that big old dog, and that's the grandson playing video games. I was just sitting there watching him while I was drinking my drink. And that's me in the car, wrapping up in Jacksonville, getting ready to go back home. And that's me when I got to Atlanta. Me and my daughter had a business meal Friday night. Where at? It was at IHOP. You see that? That business meal cost me $50 because I had to pay for my meal and I had to pay for my daughter's meal. So one of the things that I teach, if you're in my econ, is never eat alone.
Right.
Don't eat alone. Why? Because you can't write it off. So if you eat with somebody else and you paying for the meal, you can write it off. You by yourself, you can't write it off. So I'm sitting there with my daughter Friday night, and we were strategizing what we're gonna do Saturday. And there you go. That's her and me at Lonnie House. That's her and me at IHOP. I got the waiter to take our picture at IHOP. And then that's her driving because I got tired of driving. I said, there we go. We're gonna hop in your car. You're gonna drive. And that's the temperature when I left the hotel. 39 degrees. It was cold in Atlanta. Okay. I see my little LeBron James puppy. Oh Lord. And that's the wonderful wife that's in Jacksonville that's waiting on me. She told me not to take no pictures.
You didn't?
She said, don't take my picture because I ain't got makeup on. But I snuck one in when I sat in the car with her. I said, I had to drive 6 hours to get here, but you drive it. That's a picture of me on the other side of her. Okay? So that was my trip that I did last week. That was my last business trip for the year. The reason why I put that there was to show y'all that I do what I tell y'all, to do. If I'm gonna tell y'all to, write the stuff off, do what you're supposed to do. I set the example, and as you can see, all that gas I spent $400 in gas. You see that Valdosta? I started the Valdosta. I spent $41.70. Wawa Jacksonville filled up. When I got back home, I filled up. Lawrenceville, Georgia. And then remember, I stayed at a hotel that falls under travel lodging. I stayed in Duluth at 2 different hotels. Okay, and that came up to $171. Okay, that was the last business trip of the year. I had fun. It was a great time. Okay, so any questions on that? So my suggestion to you, like I said, it's a new year. If you haven't been plugging in your expenses, you need to get on it. Okay, and when you get too far behind, that ain't fun. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, all right. We'll move on. All right. Next thing, your business plan. Let me check on my money. Hang on. Oh Lord, did it go down? It's 88 cents. I don't know. We'll see. Look at that. Somebody going up. But that's cool. It's still red. All right. Business plan. Have any of y'all done your business or financial plan yet for the year?
No, I have not. I had intended to do mine before Christmas was over, but I was sick during the holidays, so that's on my list to do.
So I started mine, and I got to tweak it. That's what I call tweak it. I like to make a little changes, couple changes. But my suggestion is you might want to do it before it gets too late, because before you know it, the month is over. So I'm gonna buy fast. Now, bottom line, to be honest with you, whatever plan I had last year is normally the same or more. So it ain't that big of a deal. If you already got a plan, you just kind of tweaking it. You just saying, okay, this year I want to do this different. This year I want to do that different. Like y'all know for a fact, one of the main goals that I have is I'm trying to buy out. Well, yeah, it was on my to-do list, but it wasn't at the top. Well, now it's kind of at the top. But before I get to that, one of the things that did change financially was before we started the call, my landlord said they're gonna jack up my rent. Okay, well, last year, oh Lord, hang on. Last year my rent was $1,700. Well, the landlord said, "Nah, you need to pay a little bit more," and that starts next month. I got to pay $1,900. So then the question would be, if you talking about finances, because this is what you got to do, not just business wise, but personal wise. Finances. How do you solve the problem or the issue? That's what I call the issue. It ain't a problem. What can you do to solve the problem if your cost of living goes up? So if your rent, let's just say, for example, your rent went up $200, what could you do to offset the $200 cost? What's some options?
You can review what bill that you can lower, like maybe your cell phone bill, or maybe turn your subscriptions off, or possibly turn the cable off.
Correct. Correct. So then, when I talk to people about their finances, when something unexpected happens, they want to fall over saying, "Oh Lord Jesus, I don't know what to do." Nah. You got options. Remember a couple of years ago when gas prices almost doubled? It went from $2 to $5 overnight.
Yeah.
People was falling over fainting, and I remember it was ridiculous. People run out of gas on the highway. It was ridiculous. And it was like, all you got to do is just put in your budget the money. So In other words, if gas prices went up an extra $100 a month, you just say, well, what can I do to cut $100? This ain't rocket science. You just gotta get a little smart with your money. So then one of the things that I've already done, I knew this was coming. It wasn't no surprise. I mean, I knew my lease was up and I knew the rent was gonna go up. I just was doing what I can to prepare. So one of the things that I did do to cut costs was my health insurance. It was $35 a month. I got the Obamacare special. Well, I got that cut down to 15. So that put an extra $20 in my pocket. Okay. And then my insurance on my house. That's called renter's insurance. Where's that at? Health insurance, life insurance. My renter's insurance. I don't know if it's on here or not. But my renter's insurance is costing me $80 a month. And I switched that over about 3 or 4 months ago and I got it down to 15. So that saved me $60. So I already put $100 in my pocket every month. In my econ, we call it cash flow. That's putting more money in your pocket by being smart. And then the Ford Explorer insurance, that was almost $100 a month. And me and my wife went at it, and I said, hell no, I'm not giving them $100 this month. And we negotiated the new price. The new price was $70. So I saved $30 there. That was about 2 or 3 months ago. So I already put an extra $100 a month in my pocket just by being smart. So now I got to come up with the extra 100. And bottom line, the strategy that I have is, for me, I work both ways. I want to win. I don't want to lose. I'm tired of losing. So what I did is I come up with a strategy. I said, look, let's do both. Let's cut $100 out the budget, which I already did, and let's make an extra $100 a month. Well, guess what? Last month, going back, if I'm still logged in, remember when I showed y'all the GameStop? There you go, the GameStop. When I made money on the GameStop, I made almost $100.
Right.
So the goal is this month I need to make $100. Okay. So I already cash flowed the $200 that I'm expecting to spend. Now, can I do that every month? I don't know, but bottom line, that's my plan. So the plan is I'm gonna make an extra $100 a month to cover the deficit, which I know I can do because I'm not lazy. I'm working, and I'm gonna cut $100. So my rent going up $200. I ain't stressing. Oh Lord, it's no. I got this. I knew this was coming. Ain't no surprise. We good.
Right.
And my electric bill went down. It used to be because the electric bill was high. Electric bill was about $150, $200 a month. Well, since my wife is in Jacksonville, I mean, really, I turned the hot water pretty much off. And when I turn on heat, I got a little floor heater, and I only stay in one room most of all day. The heat is off during the day. I'm only in one room. What am I heating up the whole house for? My light bill done dropped almost $50. So the same thing I'm teaching y'all to be smart with your money, I do the same thing. I got the same issue. Whatever expenses, I got light bill, gas bill, well not gas bill, internet, cable, food, rent, I got the same bills y'all pay. So if I tell y'all, hey, you need to make some sacrifices, make some changes, I do the same thing.
Right.
I do the same thing. Just different. That's all. Okay. Just like when you was talking about cutting the internet, well, trust me, I tried. I tried, and they said no. They told, matter of fact, they said, you know what, we're gonna raise you just for you want to call us and ask us for a discount? No, we're gonna raise you in there. I ain't had no choice.
Right.
I had no choice, but hey, at least I tried.
Right.
Okay. So what my suggestion is, and it's a new year, my suggestion is look at all your bills and see what you can do to lower them. Now, if you can't, you can't, but at least you tried.
Right.
Okay. All right. Remember, all we're doing is talking about being smart with money.
Right.
And if we're going over a plan, this is my final numbers for the year. Last year, now my goal was to make $100,000. Well, I blew that out the water.
Yes, you did.
Final number was 121. Congratulations. Proud of you. You know, that's a conversation you have to have with yourself.
Right.
So when you're doing this plan, you need to look at what did you did good. Well, I did what I said I was gonna do. The goal was to make $100,000. I did. You know. Now, there was some other stuff that I didn't do right, but bottom line, at least I got that right.
Right.
I didn't do that. Okay. Now the emergency fund, I probably need to work on that. But I still have an emergency fund. I'm always gonna have an emergency fund. I always stash money. I have money stashed all kinds of places. I always have an emergency fund, but it's not to where I want it to be. Trust me, since I'm planning on buying a house, I know I got to get that up because I know buying this house will cost a little bit of change. So I know one of the things, if you're talking about on the top 10 list, number one is buy a house. Number two is build that emergency fund up to a large amount because I know it costs money to buy a house. Okay? So if I'm putting together my plan, it would be, as a matter of fact, that would be the plan when I start working on the my econ. Oh, here we go, still bouncing around. When we go back, if y'all doing your my econ plan, when you go to your, for everybody that's in my econ, when you go to your back office and you putting together your plan for your month, that would be your cash flow strategist, which I haven't got to yet, but I'm gonna get to that in the next 48 hours. There we go. That would be me. You see, I did mine on the 19th. When you go to your plan, when I go to my plan, when you see when it says the top 5 financial goals, that's going to be changed now. So instead of number one, increase my income, now that's still going to be important. But bottom line, the next thing that would be, I would be switching this. You see, number 2 is already on there, buying a house. That was on the plan. But then now, right here, the gross, my plan last month was to do $8,000 in sales for December. I didn't do 8, I did 7, which, I mean, look, I ain't upset. I'll take the 7. That was the goal. So matter of fact, while I'm here, the goal for this month is 10. Because I need $10,000 to do what I'm trying to do this month. And that means I gotta work every day, which I will. And then I'm trying to get the emergency fund up. Matter of fact, I had a chargeback. In the business world, a chargeback is when somebody complains and say, I want my money back. So one of my customers complained. Now why, I don't know. But they said they made a mistake, which is fine. But I had a chargeback of $500. That's what sucked up my emergency fund. So literally the way it works is in the business world, when you have a merchant account, they just tell you, yeah, somebody said they want their money back. We're just gonna take the money out your account and give it back to them. That's what they did to me. They just took the money out of my account. Oh Lord, they just took the money out of my merchant fund and said, look, we're gonna take it from you and give it back to them. So now I have to wait for the dispute process. You know how you dispute something on your debit card? Like if somebody bought something or you bought something on your debit card and you didn't authorize that purchase, well, that's what they said. That purchase of $500 wasn't authorized, so they just took the money out of my account. Oh Lord, they just took the money out of my account and said, all right, we'll give it to you whenever we feel like it. That's basically what they said. So, right, that's where half of my emergency fund went. Charge me. Thank God I had the money in there to do it. So the goal is to get that back to $1,000. Is at 5 minutes. And that's it for now. And then obviously, I'm still looking for the house and then all of the debts, paying down the credit cards, and then all of the expenses I got. And obviously, since my rent got jacked up, I got to add that on next month. So I have a different plan. So all this stuff that I'm telling y'all, I do. You see me doing in real time. And then now when I save it, it'll be updated. But I still got to tweak it because some other stuff that's going to change. But, when I talk to y'all, I tell y'all exactly the truth. So hey, I ain't perfect. I make mistakes. But bottom line, I say, look, this is what we got to do to get it right.
Right.
What's the success? What we need to do to get it right? And that's the reality. That's what when I talk to people, that's why people call me. They're like, Sean, I know you're going to be honest with me. You're going to tell me the truth. Yeah, because that's what you need to hear. You don't need to hear no lies. You need to hear the truth. Yeah. You need to hear the truth. I'm tired of being lied to. I want to win financially. I'm tired of being broke. I was talking to 2 people last week. And I said, look, what day you going to stop being broke? Let's stop this nonsense. When you going to stop being broke every time you get paid? I got tired of that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. That's the conversation people need to have. And out of that, this is the best time to do it because it's the beginning of the year. Everybody want to get right. That's why people calling me. You know what? Remember when we first started the call, I had to turn it off because the phone was ringing. People are already calling for credit. I done got, I showed you all those pictures of the signs I put out. I already got 10 calls. We just getting started. And I ain't even really get to where I ain't even did what I really wanted to do. But I'm like, look, I'll take what I can get because I was on time. So before I go to the next thing, any of y'all want to share what y'all goals are? Lose weight, pay off credit card. Any of y'all want to share what y'all goals are for this year? For this year coming up?
My goal is to increase my emergency fund.
Mhm.
It's to start an exercise program or plan, and it's to get rid of some of my collections that's on my credit.
Okay, that's good. Now remember, it's being recorded. All calls are being recorded for quality assurance. So, oh Lord, so 3 months from now, 1 year from now, we'll see. We're like, you said you were gonna do this, did you? No, I'll be like, well, what had happened? Oh man, that's crazy. What had happened was
What
okay,
happened was,
okay, and look, I ain't do everything I said I wanted to do last year. One of the things I know I missed was the flyers. I was supposed to do flyers, but I ain't had time. I'm too busy, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just lazy when it came to that. I'm like, I ain't got time for flyers. I don't. Now I might get to it this year, but it just didn't happen. All right, that was on me. It was on me because I was already busy just doing the signs and everything else. I ain't had time for no flyers, but I may get to it this year. Now, if y'all are doing business, I mean, some of y'all do business. Um, my suggestion, because there's some crazy people out there. That's the world we live in. I'm sorry, but it'll be some crazy people out there in this world. My suggestion is get a Google voice number. Hang on. And why? Because you don't want anybody knowing your phone number. That's why. And I have a Google Voice. I'm just showing y'all. And Google Voice is free. If you have a Gmail account,
mm-hmm.
Google Voice is free. And Betty, I think you got a question. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, you
Yeah,
can ask.
I think I am unmuted. I raised my hand after the young lady finished speaking. You asked a question and she was able to answer it. And I'm one of those that you spoke about earlier. You definitely went over everything with me on the cash flow plan, but for some reason it stopped working. And I plan on getting that started back this month. But I also wanted to chat with you later because there's some things I see that you're doing that I need to go ahead and implement. So I wanted to say that my goal also is to definitely increase my funds or income this year and then value me more than putting my value elsewhere or on others. I need to start taking value in myself and then practicing placing my value in my spirituality as well. And then definitely, like you said, just being righteous and not paying attention to the lies, or the gimmicks or the scams and like the government when they're going through these stop marketing tactics or their strategy each year. I've been reluctant to get involved because it does seem scary, but I too want to get in and then make some small investments before 2 o'clock, before some of those stocks get to that dollar mark. So I'm going to be leaning on you for more accountability. That's the reason I came back to my econ is just to tag along with you and then follow your tactics and your expertise in this. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with everyone, just to be more diligent and faithful in this particular program because it's been around for so many years and it's definitely beneficial and has excellent tools and strategies to set oneself free from so many different things. So thanks, Sean, for doing an excellent job.
Hey, no problem. I'm glad you told us that because like I said, most people, I mean, just being honest with you, they don't be honest with themselves, and they can't be honest with others. I'm like, well, how you expect for us to get it right? You just gonna keep telling lies, you know? So that's great. I'm glad that you're back on the calls and trying to get your finances straight. And like I said, this is the beginning of the year. You know, I always say the first week, to me, now I started last week, but the first week sets the tone for the whole year. So what are you gonna do? The first week of January, you ain't gonna go to no gym, you ain't gonna stop eating, you ain't gonna do nothing financially, you ain't gonna do no plans, you ain't gonna pay off no debt, you ain't gonna save no money. This is week one. That kind of sets the tone for the whole year. You know? And like I said, I started last week. When I went to Atlanta, I started. You know, me, I cheated. I'm starting a week early. You know what? Let's go. I was at the gym yesterday, 4 o'clock in the morning. No, I got up late. Let me stop lying. I got up late. Yesterday I was late because I partied Monday watching the football game, like the college football game, which there was some upsets. So I heard it was a bad Monday. But I started. I said, look, I still got to go. Even though I got up late, it's going to set the tone. So yesterday I got up around 6 because I'm on Central Time. Got up at 6. I was at the gym at 7. I worked out till 8. But I still worked out. That set the tone. And guess what? I'm going tomorrow. I'm get up early tomorrow. I'm going to be playing tomorrow. So I got work. Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm glad you told us that. And like I said, that's what you got to do. And trust me, building wealth, it's not easy. Mm-hmm. It ain't easy. Anybody can do it, but you just gotta be putting it. You gotta be willing to put in the work. That's the key. You willing to work, willing to learn, you can get it done. Okay. Google Voice. And when I put up those signs, like I said, if you're in business, you don't want everybody knowing your phone number because people crazy. It's just the world we live in, and people say a lot of crazy stuff. I had one guy call me. He said, "Go F yourself," and I just said, "Merry Christmas." That's what I said. That's what he said last week. He called him back, and like you got crazy people. But bottom line, as you can see, this is 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning. I got the message, and let's see if I got this thing in my way. Moves out the way. All right. There we go. Good morning. I seen your sign for credit repair. That was 6:30 in the morning. Now I get up before, so it ain't no big deal. Bottom line, people call you all the time when you put out signs or advertisements. Now I got advertisements on my car, and I got signs out all around town. I got them around town here in Florida where I live at. I put out about 50 signs 2 weeks ago, and they still up. Some of them are down, but most of them are still up. So literally, at one time, pretty much at all times, I'm gonna have signs up around town and different places everywhere. So I should be literally getting calls from not every day, every other from strangers. And as you can see, the call started coming in a day or two ago. I got a couple messages on this line. I got another line for the taxes, and I got a couple calls that came in Saturday, a couple calls that came in for Saturday. So bottom line, back to work. And trust me, it's the New Year's. Everybody want help with their finances, taxes, credit, whatever it is. That's what people do. So when you're talking about investing, this is the business world. Remember, I told you I put together my business plan, and I started 1 week early. Well, how much did it cost? Because when you're in business, it costs. Yeah, in business, it costs money. How much money did it cost me to take that trip to Atlanta and Jacksonville? That trip cost me $500. Y'all seen I stayed at the hotel. I showed you an expense organizer. That was 2 nights. That was $200 basically total per night. $200 total for the 2 nights I stayed there. And you see pictures of the food? Trust me, that wasn't no cheap food eating at Longhorn. That meal I paid for me and my daughter. Because she was being stingy. I asked Simone, I said, baby girl, you gonna pay for daddy meal? He said, nah, Dad, I want you to treat me. I'm like, baby girl, I'm from out of town. What you mean treat you? I'm visiting you. But hey, bottom line, I would say it was still been right at all because it was a business meal with the family. So me and Simone meal came up to $50 when you added the tip at Longhorn. She had the same thing, hamburgers, fries, and so it was $50. And then we ate at IHOP. That was $50. So I spent at least $100 on our meal, just that. When you count the meals I ate at McDonald's and all other stuff. And then the gas, you see how much money I spent on gas. That was about $200 in gas. So I spent about $500 on that trip. Guess what? That's the investment I spent last week. So out of all these people I call over the next week or two, if I get one customer, one, I'll be done made my money back. That's 100% return. Now, I'm hoping to get 2 or 3 to the tune where I'll make a couple $1,000. Now remember, I just did this last month. Last month, I started putting out signs all around town here, all over the place I can find, and I got 2 customers, and those 2 customers made me $5,000.
Mm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I want some money. Where I need to put these signs out at? Where? Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I need to go to Atlanta. All right, let's go. I'm ready. What time we leaving? I gotta get up at 4 in the morning and put these signs up. All right, let's go. So the goal is, remember when I did the FSS, I just showed it to you. The goal is when I did my FSS, financial success strategy, when I plugged that in a few minutes ago, with y'all together, online, cash flow strategies, when I put that in, the goal was to make $10,000. Well, it's the beginning of tax season. Yeah, tax season won't technically start till February. But bottom line, we're just getting started. But bottom line, the goal was the time I added the credit, hopefully I'll sign somebody up my econ and want to get their finances straight and all the other crap I'm gonna do. I should be able to make $10,000 a month. Now, if I don't do 10, fine. I'll take 8 and 9. I'll take whatever I can get. But bottom line, for me to do that, I gotta get it working. So when I get off the phone with y'all, which will be about 15, 20 minutes, I'm gonna be on the phone. Hey, you call me for credit, you call me for taxes, let's go. Right? This ain't rocket science. Like I said, becoming wealthy is not hard. And then on top of that, I'm sure I'm looking forward to making some money at 2 o'clock. Oh, look, it's still hovering around 86. So I might have to get in on the 86 game. But hey, we'll see. I'll give it to about 12. And if it don't drop down to 85, I'll buy it at 86. So it's hovering around 86. Come on, 85. Come on. Did it hit 85 yet? Oh, it was close. It was close. 85.5. It was close. It was close. But we'll see. I'll wait it out till 12. 12 o'clock come, I might put in a hard sell, put the buy at 86. Okay? So I can make my $8. See? Mm-hmm. So on top of that, every week, on top of the other stuff I do, I should be able to do 8 to 10,000. Why? Because I'm at work. I'm not playing. I want my money.
Right.
I want my money because I know what I gotta do. I gotta move. I gotta pay down some debt, and I gotta invest. I'll get up at 4, 5, whatever time I need to get up to get this done. Let's go. First month of the year. Let's go. First week of the year. Let's go. Look, I made my first $100 for the year yesterday. They cashed out me the money. Remember, I told you, the first week sets the tone for the whole year.
Right.
Now, to be honest with you, them jokers, I'm just being honest with you, them jokers was calling me on the first. I said, look, I'm taking off today. Don't be bothering me. I had 3 people call me on the first for some taxes. I said, look, I ain't talking today. I'm taking off today. I just got home. But tomorrow, on the 2nd, we'll talk. And that's how I made the $100. Mm-hmm. See? That's what you need to hear, the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's what I do. That's the world I live in. You want to win, you got to play the game and work hard. That's all. And be smart. That's all. Be smart. All right. So where I'm headed to with this, and I can tell you when, let me ask y'all this. What's the highest amount of money you ever made in 1 month?
I can't answer that.
Okay. Ballpark figure it. If you look back in your life, how many years, months, and you can just say, yeah, that was a good time. I made a lot of money that time. What was the highest number?
In a year or in a day?
It don't matter. We can do year, we can do day, year, day. It don't matter. Year, day, whatever. It don't matter.
I
So
think.
I want to say,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I wanted to say for me, it was definitely $11,000. It was a couple of years ago when I did my first anthology, and it became a bestseller. It still is on Amazon. But I was so just, again, just hungry, not for the money, but to get stories out from individuals that were going through something. So that was good. And to just I see people that still write books and still that are in that particular business or in that line of work, um, just writing books. People are not reading as many books as they were years ago because they're doing audio and things of that nature. So I would say that was my first big investment, of and earnings of doing that book with some amazing women, and I could do it again and again. But I think most of the times those of us that are not pursuing and our goals and our purposes is because of something that's holding us back. And I want to just add that my my family, especially the Lattimore side of my family, have always been entrepreneurs. So it has always been in that blood to do something, some type of service for others. So I just wanted to say that that's like my year for this year. Each year I have a theme, and this year, given that the fact that it's 2024, it is my desire and my affirmation to do more in 2024, seize opportunities and rise. And I just go on with the fact of soaring in 2024. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, because when you set yourself a goal to do something, it can be done. But again, you have to value who you are, and then take others out of it. Because if you can't love yourself and recognize the purpose that has been given to you, then you'll never succeed at anything. And I'm good at telling other people that, but as opposed to owning it for myself, I kind of shy back. So thanks for that question, Sean.
Okay, Erica, what was your biggest number?
It's been a while. I mean, I've been retired a long time, but I think when I did my econ, and that's been quite a few years ago, I think the most that I had made in a day was like $300. That was pretty cool for me. But I've been gone from that a long time, so
Mhm. Okay. And James, how about you? Oh, you on mute?
My bad. Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, so I guess the most I made in a day or a month.
Or a year, whatever worked for you.
Oh, the most I made in like a month was 61.50, and that was really when I was over the road doing the trucking thing. I was going for like a month and a half, and I was going from the East Coast to the West Coast, north to south, just running the miles up. And as I progressed, of course, they gave me more cents per mile, and that's how I got the most I've ever made in a month, pretty much. With like no other bills but my phone, insurance, and car.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So,
And Sean, I just wanted to add, I'm sorry, I wanted to add, you said something earlier about getting rid of the things that you don't need. I think of the home security system. We're not even in, it's like when I dropped that home security system of paying, I think it was like $201 a month just to have cameras and to have all the windows and things of that, to make a noise. If even a car drive by, it would make and to see that in that money, to me, that's an earning as well, because you're not paying someone else to have their system in your house. It's going to take them a minute to get here anyway. So I can call 911 and do the same thing if something happens, or take advantage of my neighborhood watch. So I love the fact that you said get rid of, some of the things that you don't necessarily need. Go ahead and start, just taking those things, getting rid of that financial hold over yourself so you can use other things. I don't even watch, certain channels on TV. You can get just about everything now on YouTube or something else. So I just wanted to say those are definitely the ways to pay yourself back.
Mm-hmm. And that's smart because, they say the president, what's his name? I think it was Benjamin or Lincoln. They said a penny saved is a penny earned. Who said that?
I want to say that was Lincoln.
Lincoln, yeah. One of the presidents, dead presidents. One of them said that, and that's true. If you save $200, you earn $200.
Right.
That's just smart. That's the same thing I was telling y'all with my rent. It went up $200. I can save $200. This ain't rocket science. You just gotta be smart. That's all. So this is a new year. Remember what we're trying to do. This is the first week. It sets the tone for the whole year. That's what I look at. We setting the tone for the whole year. So this week is very important. If you ain't went to the gym this week, you probably ain't gonna go next week. Let's just be real. You probably not. You probably not gonna go next week or the week after. If you ain't saved any money this week, you're probably not gonna save no money next week. Now, okay, is there anything wrong with that? No, your money not mine, but I don't know. But I'm trying to do things differently this year, and I want to make some changes. So and I already started, but bottom line, I know where I'm trying to go. So the reason why I asked the question of the maximum amount of money you make, and y'all know me, I don't really care about how much money you make. I really don't. It's about what you do with it.
Right.
But now, when I ask the question of how much money you make, what's the maximum amount of money you make per month, per year, whatever it is, now the real question is, what did you do with the money? That's the real question. What did you do with the money? Did you save any of it? Did you invest any of it? What did you do? And I can tell you, majority of people, they be like, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Okay. So then now we're gonna do the same thing this year, and it don't really matter how much you make, more or less. Every week you have to be accountable to yourself. Every month, what are you doing with your money? If you don't ever have any money, and you don't ever have any investments, and you don't have this, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong, and you ain't never have anything, and you're always broke. You're doing something wrong. You can blame it on whoever you want. Last week I did the video, the blame game. Me and Erica had class.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh Lord, the blame game. You can look. We can do all of this now. I'll tell y'all my numbers, and it's ridiculous, but bottom line is the truth. I remember during COVID. COVID was the best years financially of my life. Now, I mean, I hated the disease and people died, and trust me, I lost a lot of family members. I mean, we couldn't go to church. It was me and my wife. We was arguing every day about this being shot. I didn't want to get the shot, and I can tell you, I can't wait for the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit for this COVID shot, and it's coming. It's coming. I ain't been right physically since I got the shot, and because we do cruise ministry, and I had to get on a cruise ship, and the rules were you had to take a shot to get on a cruise. I had to get 3 of them, and I can tell you, my body has not been right since I got this shot. It has not been right, but I mean, it's what it is. But the best years financially was during COVID because it created, and even to this day, it created a whole new market. Because everybody had to do stuff from home. And now it forced everybody to buy online. And then now, instead of you going to work, you just sit at home and did everything. Look, I had an office in Atlanta. I couldn't even go to the office because of COVID. They passed the law. Remember the ridiculous stuff that was going on? You couldn't even go work at an office. You couldn't meet people face to face. That was like a rule.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember all that.
hmm And I was paying $300 a month for the office. Now, whether I was there or not, I still had to pay for it because I was under a lease. So what me and my wife did was like we was living in Florida, and it took us 5 hours. It took us 5 hours to drive to Atlanta. So what we would do at least once a week, because at the beginning of COVID, it was nobody knew what to do. So what
Right.
I would do is on Saturday morning, we would leave at 1 in the morning, and I had to go to my office in Douglasville, and I would get there at 5 or 6 in the morning. If we got up late, the latest I would get there maybe around 9, 10, and my first appointment would be at 10 or 11. We stayed there all day Saturday, and we would leave either Saturday night if I had appointments all day Saturday, which I was doing during tax season. During tax season, I was always booked up Saturday, and then if I had some appointments Sunday, we would stay in Atlanta in a hotel. If we needed to, we'll book a hotel. If not, we'll come back home that same day.
Mm.
That's what I was doing every other, if not every weekend, every other weekend for at least 6 months. That's what I did because it was COVID for the
Right.
first 6 months. That's what we did. Every weekend we would drive up there, and if we had to stay until Sunday, if I had an appointment Sunday, I would spend the night in a hotel Sunday. If not, then I would just come back home. But that's what I did. And then when my lease was up 6 months later, because that big lease for another 6 months. When the lease was up, then we decided to move and just do everything from here and forward. Do Zoom calls like we're doing now.
I wish I had got the Zoom stopped before COVID because I would have made a killing.
There you go.
Everybody was on Zoom.
Everybody was doing Zoom. Student stock went up and went ridiculously high because that was the thing to do. Okay. So when the government, about 6 months later, when they basically said, you got to stay home, you can't go do this, that, and the other, remember the PPP loan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in business, and they came out with 2 loans. Now, you had all these people. Now we're dealing with the aftermath. They going after the people that lied and said they had a business and they made $2 million. Like, you didn't make $2 million. They finally going after them, the people that lied.
Mm.
One of my customers, they called me. They said, yeah, I lied and I got in trouble. They tried to put me in jail, but we're trying to negotiate. Okay, fine. You should have lied. Matter of fact, I told you don't lie, but you lied anyway. That's what people do. They do stupid stuff for money, and they gave them $500,000.
Mm.
$500,000, of course. You lied for $500,000, so now you gotta go to jail. $500,000, and you blew that. Man, that's the story I hear. Okay, can we talk about what did you spend the money on? Oh well, I got $30,000 patio set. What? $30,000 patio set? For what? I had money. I bought a car. Everybody. Trust me. This is the stories you heard. They was buying Lamborghinis. They were buying houses. They were doing all kinds of stupid stuff.
Oh my God.
That's what they were doing.
Look, if you're gonna lie about 500,000, at least invest that 500,000 to make you some money. At least you can pay it back.
Be smart with the money.
At least be smart with it and be able to. Oh well, you lied, so let's negotiate, and you got to pay back another 500,000. Okay, I can pay it back because I done invested this into something that gave me a return of $1 million or 500,000 back. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like at least do it smart. But Lord have mercy, that don't make no sense.
No sense at all.
That don't make no sense. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But understand because I'm just being honest. When people get more money, they make the same dumb mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They make the same dumb mistakes. So it's like you already was not managing the money, whatever amount of money you already had. You want to do the same stupid stuff with more money. That's all. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, bottom line, I remember during the COVID years, I was telling you that was the most money we ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, the first thing they did, President Trump, I love Trump. Now, you can say what you want about him, but he did a lot of bad stuff, did a lot of good stuff. Same thing with Biden. He did a lot of bad stuff, did a lot of good stuff. But the one thing I liked about Trump, it was the first time in history they gave unemployment to people that were self-employed.
Yeah, now that's true. They did.
First time ever, they gave unemployment to people that were self-employed. Well, guess what? I was self-employed. So they gave us, and remember, they gave us, not only did they give us unemployment, which was like $200-300 a week, then they gave you the bonus. It was like an extra $1,000 bonus on top of that. Okay? And they did that for 2 years. So the government basically gave really the average person, if they were smart, they gave the average person $10,000 to $20,000 just to sit at home, to either do nothing or work, either one. Don't matter. Well, I was working. So on top of the $10,000 to $20,000 of sitting at home and working, then they gave me, I'm just telling you my story, and a whole bunch of other people probably got the same story. Then they had the nerve to give people that were self-employed or had businesses PPP loans. Now, I wasn't gonna be greedy. I'm like, look, I ain't trying to go to jail. I don't need to go to jail. I look, just give me a little bit. So they gave me 2 PPP loans, $25,000 a piece. That was $50,000. Look, I'm good. I'm good. Just give me the 50, we good. Okay. Then on top of that, I was making money doing taxes and credit. So literally within 1 month, I looked at our bank statements. I made over $100,000 in 1 month.
Wow.
You talking about some good times? Oh man, that was great. And we was investing in the stock market and making ridiculous returns. In 1 month, I looked at the bank statement. I said, "What? How much money did we make?" It said $100,000. Jesus. In 1 month, and we didn't do this just 1 month. We did this like multiple months. I mean, multiple times. It was well over 6 figures. Now, I know what we did with the money because that's what I do. I know when I make money, I know exactly what I'm going to do. So we did the same thing I'm telling you. We paid off debt. Oh, we paid off a bunch of debt. And at that time, I was paying child support. Child support was $500 a month. Do you not know I tried to prepay child support for a whole year, and they said, no, you can't. I tried. They said no. I was like, well, how much can I prepay? You can only prepay 1 month in advance. And I asked them why, which makes sense. They said if you die, you don't have to pay child support. And we don't want to give you a refund check. That's what they said. That's what they said.
What in the world?
That's what they said. They said
I ain't never heard nothing like this.
Yeah, I'm telling you what I did. That's what happened. When I got all that money, I'm like, look, we're gonna pay everything off. We're paying off all of this, we're paying the off. And we're gonna invest as much as we can. So my mentality was, since I know I had to pay child support, because I had a daughter, she was 17. I had 1 more year left before she was done. We're gonna pay the whole year. You do 500 times 12, was that about $6,000, $7,000?
Yeah.
Said,
Yeah, about
we're gonna
$6,000.
write them one check for $7,000 and we done. And they said, no, you can't. And then if you do, that's what they told me. If you do, we're gonna send you the check right back.
God.
Wow.
So then now what I was forced to do, I said, cool. And they said you can only prepay 1 month. So every month I prepaid child support. Every month. Child support was prepaid. As a matter of fact, remember when they was doing the stimulus checks?
Right.
Because before I started getting all that money, the PPP money and all other stuff, I was behind on child support. So they took my stimulus check and applied it to child support. That's what they did, which was cool with me because I'm like, look, I'm gonna get caught up, but right now I ain't got the money because COVID and business is low. And we still trying to figure out what we're trying to do. But bottom line, they took my stimulus check, the first 2 stimulus checks, they took them and applied to the rest of the child support, which was great for me. I'm like, look, that's one less that I got to worry about paying. Then when they started sending all the money in, the unemployment money in, and PPP money in, I'm like, look, we're gonna prepay this fucker. Let's go. All right. So now, remember, the money went to paying down debt, paying off debt. We invested, and we were just really beyond it because that's just who we are. We Christians. We donated a whole lot of money to churches. Oh my God, I remember the days because you could not go to church. You could not back then. You could not go to church. So what we did was the pastors that we liked, That's the best way of saying it. The pastors we just gave them $1,000 tithe. We just called them up and say, Pastor such and such, we're gonna cash up you $1,000. I remember this. We was cash upping pastors left and right. We did to the tune of about 5 or 6 pastors, $1,000 a piece. That's what we did. As a matter of fact, the pastor of the church we go to here in Florida, it was weird. Because we called him up, and every month for 6 months, he would come to the house. As a matter of fact, I remember because my wife, that's the only reason why I did it, because I love my wife. The pastor would come to my house, and we would give him $3,000 in cash.
Mm.
He would sit at our table. The house I'm in now, he would sit at our table. And we would go to the bank and give. We wouldn't just give, we would do change. My wife would specify this. She's like, no, you can't just do 50s or 100s. We got to do all of it. We got to do 20s. We got to do 10s. We got to do 5s. And we got to do 100s. So we would have a brown paper bag to the tune of $3,000. And we would give it to them every month.
Mm.
Because we had the money. It's like, you know, as a Christian, you're supposed to do. Now, they say 10%. Okay, fine, if you want to do 10%. But bottom line, give. They don't need, look, we've been blessed. You know, now this is the Christian part of me talking. We've been blessed with all this money. Why don't we be a blessing to others?
Right.
Okay, why not? They don't need us being greedy. We got everything paid. We got everything we need. We got food, we got shelter, we got everything. We good. So, on top of pastors, we was giving money to family members. I remember Wendy was calling up family members doing these stupid games. She was
I remember that.
I remember. She would play a song. She would do name that song game. Okay, what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song? She would play the song, and I remember her son, because they grew up listening to church songs. She would say, "Okay, I'm gonna play a church song. Which one is it?" And it'd be like something from Fred Hammond.
Yep.
All right, you close, Fred Hammond. But which one is it? You got to get the name right. And then they were like, okay, congratulations, you just won $500. I'm like, Wendy, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? That's what we were doing. And then even with my family, I was just sending them, I remember, I was sending my family money. I was sending mom and dad, mama. I was sending mama a couple $100. I was mailing money to family members. I was cash apping family members every month. Every month. Everybody, people get hundreds of dollars every month. As a matter of fact, I ain't even stopped doing that until this year. Even my family, I would send my sisters to the tune of $200 a month just because I wanted to, because I had the money. I wanted to be a blessing. Hey, sis, here's $100. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, sis. Hey, bro, you need some money? Let me send you some. Those were the good times. Now, it'd be nice if they could send me some money. It'd be nice.
That part.
It'd be nice. But that's what we did with the $100,000. We basically gave, to be honest with you, probably gave almost half of it away.
Right.
Because, I mean, you know, even on the spiritual side, you know, that's what I do. You know, when we had these calls, I know how it feels. I'm just telling you the truth. This is where I come from. I know how it feels to be broke and struggling. And that ain't fun. But what got me out that mess, somebody had to sit me down and say, look, this is what you got to do to get out of that. This is what you got to do. This works 100% of the time. You have to get smart with your money. You got to stop giving away your money. You got to stop spending money that you don't have. You got to stop maxing out the credit cards. You got to stop making bad financial decisions. Okay? So, remember when I was telling you when all those people was doing the little ridiculous PPP money stuff and they was lying and they got the money and spent it and they blew it because they had a bad financial plan because they wasn't being smart with the money they already had. So more money didn't solve the problem. Well, what we did was because we was already being disciplined, we already knew what to do with the money. We was gonna bless a bunch of people. We paid off a bunch of debt. We did a bunch of investing. Oh my God, I remember the emergency fund was all the change. We had an easy $20,000, $30,000 sitting in the bank. Those were good old days. We had a nice emergency fund. Oh Lord, I'm trying to get back to that. $20,000, $30,000 just sitting in the bank.
Right, right. Mm,
Oh Lord, those are good old days.
mm,
Yeah, ain't nothing like that. So then now, remember, this is why I'm recording this. This is the first week of the year. What you gonna do? You gonna do the same crap you was doing last year? Or you gonna say, nah, it's the first week. Sean was telling me, nah, I got my Social Security check. So I'm putting something up for emergency.
right,
I'm putting up $10, $20, $50, and I need to shop around for a lower rate on this, that, and the other. Because no, this year is gonna be different.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Oh, look at that. Then we gotta look at that. I'm about to make some money. Look at that. Well, boys, I get paid. It's time to get paid. Look, it hit 84. There you go. I know I'm about to make some money now. Oh, so now, guess what I'm hoping for now? I'm hoping at 2 o'clock. What am I hoping for?
That he tells a bunch of lies.
He need lies. Oh man, he need to say we're gonna make so much money. He gonna drop interest rates next month. That's what he need to say. Oh man. Woo! There you go. So when we get on the call next week, I'm gonna show y'all how much money I made today. Oh man. See? Remember, first week of the year sets the tone. Y'all seen me. This is the first week. I already started investing. That was my first investment that I made today live.
Right.
So we'll see what's gonna happen over the next 7 days now. If this thing goes to $1, I'm cashing out today. Give me my money. You know, I want 5 to 10%. If I earn 5 to 10%, I'm good. I ain't gotta be greedy.
Good. Right. You good.
There you go. Okay. All right. So it's 12 o'clock y'all time, 11 o'clock mine. So
Fuck out time.
there you go. So time for me to get to work because that's what I gotta do. I get to work today. And it's been a blessing talking to y'all. You see, I got my blessed shirt on. Oh yeah. I'm blessed. Blessed and highly favored. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Any questions before we wrap up?
No.
No, not today.
All right. So, Erica, you want to wrap up with? You want to say the first prayer?
Sure. Sure, I will.
Prayer.
Let's close our eyes. Dear Lord, we come before your humble throne, thanking you for grace and mercy, thanking you for waking us up this morning with warm blood running through our veins. Lord, we're so grateful and happy that we have Sean to tell us the truth and how to see through the lies and give us guidance and wisdom for our financial future. Lord, I ask that everybody on this call be safe going in and going out of their comings today. And we ask that you allow us to hear your word and have another blessed day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Till next week. And then I would think I will have some good news next